I got to lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's me again. It's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for the Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 12, episode 9, title. What is it called? There's No Crying in Softball or something like that, child. And we're here to talk about New Jersey, a new episode. I'm here. Well, Danny, you changed your Instagram?
Yeah.
I'm just like
somebody else had an Instagram similar to mine, and I was getting like spam. They keep sending me their stuff, like thinking, and I got irritated.
Oh, I'm just like, oh, wait a minute. Who was damn Daniel? But nonetheless, I'm here with Danny, and I believe Sammy, if he is ready for us today. How you doing, Sammy?
I'm good.
Okay. I see we got Indigo. Indigo said, I'm at the halfway point, but I already know the lean will fill me in. Honestly, after the halfway point, you really didn't miss much. I will say that. It started off, the first 30 minutes, in my opinion, were the strongest. And after that, it was like, okay.
Cute though. It ended on a happy note.
Like, yeah, it ended on a happy note. You know, I'm just, with this being halfway through, I'm curious to see like where things are going to get back like kind of crazy, because we know that this Marge and Teresa thing, it seems like it's really building. I will say, from last week to now, Teresa is fed up. She is on her telling somebody to pull a ponytail mode. Like, she is definitely petty.
She's showing up to work.
She's showing up, and I'm not mad whether I like Marge or not. I'm not mad. It is what it is. This is Housewives, and honestly, it's starting to piss Marge off. She's getting very irritated.
She's getting under Marge's skin.
She's getting under her skin, and I can't even be mad. So
I was actually shocked at that.
Yeah,
to see Marge get ruffled,
because Marge usually don't.
Yeah, she usually. No, I'm dead. Is that how she usually don't?
We're good.
Okay, well, before we get started on this recap and review for today, be sure to hit that like button. If you're watching the live video or you're watching the replay, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications on everything that we post. It's been like a little slow around here, but that's intentional. Whereas there's a plethora of shows that we could probably talk about. You know, as I keep saying every week, with Housewives of Atlanta, I believe the trailer comes out tomorrow. And then Beverly Hills, both airing in May, as well as Married to Medicine. I don't know what time, but soon. It's gonna be a very busy summer. So just like y'all, we need a little break, child. And plus, Bad Boys Club and the other shows, they good and all, but some things just not worth talking about. At least not in my opinion. You know, I don't know. Y'all,
Basketball Wives coming soon, hopefully.
Basketball Wives have been filming for a whole year. If this season ain't good, I swear to God, I am going to be like done with that show. I mean, come on.
Because they started last summer?
Yes. I mean, they filmed so much. It's crazy.
They were just a Bad Boys looking promo.
Huh?
That picture looked very Bad Boys Club that we saw.
Yeah. Are y'all watching Bad Boys Club? I know we're talking about New Jersey, but are y'all watching it at all?
I am.
Me too. I did go ahead and get a Zeus account, but don't tell nobody.
I watch it like that.
Okay, so episode 9. Hey TKC, hey Morgan, hey Indigo, hey everybody that's in the chat right now. Let's get started on tonight's episode. So last week, we finished off at the Treetop event hosted by Tracy. Tracy hosted an event or whatever, and a lot of things happened at that event, you know. But the biggest thing was Marge and Teresa kind of had a clashing. We saw last week that what's her name, Marge and Jennifer met up and kind of squashed their issue. And, you know, Jennifer at this point is trying to apologize and get on good terms with everybody. But we also find out that it might have been Teresa pulling some strings to have Jen, you know, dig up some dirt on Jackie. And so we come up with this week's episode where, you know, they're having it back and forth of, you know, well, you already look like shit. Well, you look like shit. And so she's like, well, how I look like shit? And so Marge, you know, beefing with Teresa at this point, goes ahead and blurts out that the fact that she feels like she was the one that set up Jen to go and get the dirt or whatever. And Teresa's kind of like saying, like, what do you mean? Like, I didn't do that or whatever. And Jackie is basically on the side saying, don't worry, Marge. I don't believe it for 1 minute, which then causes a moment between Teresa and Jackie. They kind of go back down this path of the analogy of where she talked about Jill last season. And there's talk on that. And you know, Jackie it's like every time. My thing is also how we say that Jen, not she needs to let it go, but the way that she reacts. But still, Jackie gets upset every time this comes up. I feel like we said last week, I think Chase, we ended on a note with Chase was like, well, shit, if Jackie said again, I'm gonna suck his meat. And I agree, it's like, Jackie, like she's clearly still upset. And I know it's only been a year, but she gets so riled up so fast over this conversation.
That's because Evan really cheated.
Right.
Yeah.
It just
And
every week
Chase got to cash in.
Yeah, Chase cash in, honey, because she done came again. And then we get this Teresa addresses Tracy and how she felt about her, allegedly having Tiki question the guys. And Tracy's just like, well, listen, first of all, I wasn't the nanny. And I wouldn't get mad if you asked me about that. So I wanted to hear what did y'all thought, because I thought Teresa would win in a little more, but I guess maybe it'll come later. So what did you think about that exchange between Tracy and Teresa and just kind of how it went about, Sammy?
I was expecting more too. She kind of, I'm not gonna say she let her off easy, but based on how much she was speaking about it with Louis and how angry she was, I was expecting for her to dive straight into it. But it could have been she had already exhausted herself with Marge. And I also don't think Teresa was prepared for them to actually go back with her, quote unquote. I think she was expecting to go in there and just lash out and everybody be timid and not talk back. Marge, I think Marge shook up a little bit because Marge got pissed. Marge kind of got a little fire under her when Teresa started butting at her. So I think that kind of made her pull back a little bit.
Yeah, I think number one, I think Teresa wanted Tracy to act more like Marge was, and Tracy was very calm.
She was. I mean, she really was.
It's hard to argue with somebody at the intensity that Teresa was when they're so calm. You end up looking stupid. So I'm kind of glad Teresa stopped. And then with Marge, I think one of the reasons Marge is really getting mad is because I think Marge is tired of arguing with Jennifer too. And I think she didn't want Teresa to reopen that scab and have them start arguing again. I think that's really one of the things that really pissed Marge off.
Do you think that do you feel the same as Marge in saying that she was trying to deflect from talking about Louis? You know what I'm saying? To kind of, because I mean, we talked about last week a little bit, why basically with her trying to she didn't know, I guess. I don't know if Teresa knew that they had already spoken or if she did, but even then she's trying to, bring up that whole thing between them two. If she didn't know, then the last conversation she saw was them going at it at the trip, the Jersey trip.
In Jersey Shore trip.
Right, the Jersey Shore trip. So that was the last thing she would have saw. But what do you think?
I don't think she was trying to deflect. I think Teresa came in there ready to argue with them too, no matter what, and she had her guns ablazing. And that what Teresa said to her about, Jennifer and the affair, that was part of her ammunition that she had ready to go. I don't think she was deflecting. She was gonna say that regardless.
Yeah, and I think at the point when Marge told her you trying to deflect, she was like, "Come on, let's talk about it all. We can talk about Louis." I don't think she was trying to deflect at all. Just like Danny said, whatever had to happen, Teresa was ready to go there with Marge.
I must say, Teresa definitely riled them all up. The only moments that I feel like Teresa looked cuckoo was when Marge did say that she speculated that she was the one that set up Jen, because Teresa it's like she wasn't expecting her to say that. And she, I feel like anytime somebody accuses you of something and you I don't know, it's a way that you kind of question it. It's almost like you're trying to think of things to say while repeating the question. I don't know.
Yeah, Marge, I think
she
Marge
threw her off right there.
Marge got thrown off because Marge is pretty much thinking like, bitch, I'll own it if I did it. I think Marge takes pride in when she's messy.
Yeah.
I also, not to fast forward a bit, because when we talk about it later, it comes back to this scene. But when Teresa was talking to her daughter about who had her back, I didn't see any scene where Dolores had her back at the park. I don't know if that was edited it out, but she was like, "Yeah, Dolores is the only one."
Maybe she's saying that because she
gave her
the heads up. That's the only thing I can think of, because Dolores really didn't talk to her too much. I mean, Teresa didn't really talk to anybody at the event other than going at the girl she went at. Honestly, she just came in with her pajamas and was like, "Here go my shit. All right, Tracy, you, and all right, Marge, you." Yeah.
She told poor Melissa.
She told Melissa up too when she was like, "Let it go, let it go. Shut the fuck up." I said, "Ooh."
Nobody's mad.
Was that her or was that somebody else?
No,
was that Melissa, right? Yeah.
Melissa said nobody's mad. She said, "I'm mad.
I'm mad."
Yeah. It was interesting. Like
Melissa and Joe, I understand in front of people if Melissa don't want to take a side or just, trying to pacify her. But even in the confessional, when it's just her and Joe, they still don't give Teresa no grace.
They stay laying into Teresa.
I'm looking at the comments. He says Marge goes from 0 to 10 when they accuse her of starting the Evan rumors. Marge is guilty. Then Indigo said Dolores had her back one time when she said that Jackie could have said, for example, with the analogy. I mean, if you want to go back to last season, we didn't talk about it. Do you? I mean, so when it happened, what were y'all thoughts? If we just take a step back and sit down memory lane, when the whole thing came out, Teresa's talking about it. Jackie said her analogy as far as with Gia, and even though she kind of was, Teresa. I mean, that's very crazy to say about somebody's child. But did you all take it as an analogy, or was it like, that's fucked up? Like, I wouldn't even say that.
So for one, I call bullshit on Jackie because when that got brought up, all of a sudden it's let's not go backwards. Let's not talk about last year. But your whole thing is you're still trying to defend, use her mentioning Evan from last year as a reason why you're acting the way you're doing. Yeah. But when it comes to Gia, I got it was an analogy, but I thought it was fucked up to use Gia and that for an analogy. Yeah. I got what she was doing, but I didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay. Danny, anything to add on that? Or
no? No, same page.
So at the end of the scene, Teresa, she basically leaves. She don't want no food. Melissa leaves shortly afterwards. She has to go pick up her son or whatever she says. And then we get this scene with, like you said, with Teresa talking to Gia. And now I knew this is where I'm like, okay, Teresa is a friend. She is a friend. And I don't see anything wrong with talking to Gia because Gia's her daughter. But what we talk about later is the reason why I feel like Teresa needs a damn friend.
But Gia's not really interested either.
Gia just is there because that's her mom.
Exactly.
But I really feel like she would. That's very much so. She does not really. I don't know. That's either here or there. But Dolores is she's hosting a charity event at a baseball game, and so that's gonna be the last thing we talk about. But this next scene with Jen and Bill, I thought was very interesting because I don't know if y'all got what I got, but it sounded like Jen was just like, "Listen,
I'm about to leave your ass.
I'm about to leave your ass."
Yeah. That's what I got from it.
And if I leave, I'm getting half. Woo.
Bill caught it. His face turned red.
You see, he got real mellow. Like, well, if you want to think about it, he's
not used to that, Jennifer.
I enjoyed Jennifer tonight.
I'm not even mad at that. I
rooted for her in that moment.
I was like, you know what, Jen, you better do it. Because when she started, it didn't just go right there. She started off with saying, like, what about our marriage and our anniversaries? Basically, like, we've been together 19 years. Like, let's make sure we still thinking about us. He had that dry little doctor face he always has. And then it went from, listen, because if something happens, I get, what you said? She said, bitch, I get half. I said.
She asked him, she was like, do you think we're going to make another 19 years? She was like, because if not, if something happens, I get half. She was like, cheers for me.
You may not do that years.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny.
When he told her, he was like, what did he say? That's so long ago and so old. She said, I don't give a damn. At this point, she's telling him, like, it's bothering me. So I need to figure it out. And I was happy for her in that moment.
Like Morgan said, Jen was lit. Baby, she was lit. Okay. Whatever she was drinking.
It's the first time I liked her.
I enjoyed her tonight, literally.
I really enjoyed that scene. Chase, are you watching? We enjoyed that scene of Jen. And then she also brought up her mom. She recently talked to her mom, and her mom was mad at Marge, not at Bill. And Jen kind of was a little taken back. She felt like she would be more upset at Bill, but she's not, especially considering what her mom went through. But I guess I don't know. Maybe she. How did y'all feel about that?
Her mom thinks it's okay. Like she thinks that they're supposed to stay together no matter what.
How the hell she gonna think that when she all the way in another country running from her husband?
Because she also really thinks that Bill is a good man, no matter what. Aside
Bill got good money, and she don't want Jen to lose out on that because then she loses out on that. I think that's more so what it is.
Yeah. I see TKC. That's probably what she's gonna do.
Wait till the kids graduate. I mean, they've been together 19 years. How old is Jen? Is she in her 40s?
I believe maybe early 40s.
Okay, yeah, I know she's young in general, but I think she's probably like early 40s.
Yeah, there's something about her that feels young to me sometimes too. She
seems very young in a lot of ways in general. Mm-hmm. So that kind of refreshing, I guess, housewife that we want on other shows. She still has it, so I would be okay with staying around for as long. You know what I'm saying? Even because she only been on the show for like what 4 seasons now.
I think it's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, so she's still fairly new with there. But I just like I said, I lived for that scene. I was rooting for Jen. Anybody got any other thoughts on this particular scene at all?
I'm glad she finally.
Do y'all think Bill's going to step up to the plate and maybe start to have some sense? The fact that not only is she divorced, she like basically throwing that he may leave his ass, but also that she gonna be good when she does leave his ass.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting that Bill still doesn't want to go around the fellas. And I still think to this day that it wasn't so much about Bill being upset with how they was talking about his wife. I feel that Bill feels like they tried his pride. Like they tried his man. Like he felt tried. For him, it's more about his pride than when he actually cares about his wife.
The man? Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really he don't want to be around him at all. I mean, later on, we kind of skip it around, but basically she said that he had to work, but then she revealed that he just didn't want to come.
And I thought that was trash. Like you're not gonna go to the charity event with the girl. I mean, how many times does she have to basically tell you are not showing up for me? I'm feeling alone. And maybe something, and you don't do anything.
Maybe he also didn't want to deal with that there.
Yeah, but what he's doing,
you know what? It just kind of makes them look worse in my eyes. Yes, like it does. The fact that she's, she already has issues with this. They already see that. Even whether it doesn't matter if it's true or not, it looks like he's not really present for her. They showed the clip again today, and I don't know why I didn't see it the first time, but literally when the whole situation happened, he was just standing back like this. Ain't nowhere in the world that my man, anybody will be sitting back there, whether I'm being jumped on by women, dog, fish. He should have done more, like we said back then. And I just feel like, what I'm saying, I think him not going to that event just kind of plays into the role of that. He still feels like he's clearly wrong, but it doesn't help their situation. It doesn't help their perception that's going. All that's just still ruined.
Because he could have at least went and not played and just been like, I'm here to support in spirit.
But you know what? And I didn't like it, but at the same time I did, because what he's doing is he's giving Jennifer that freedom to actually enjoy life outside of him. Because you heard what she said. Like, I actually had fun. She was like, it felt good. So for her to enjoy all that without him there, he ain't doing nothing but showing her that she can leave him and still be at peace. And that's what he's fucking
her in that moment too. I'm like, dang, she's been arguing so much the whole time.
She was like, I genuinely had a good time. When you actually reflect back on it, she really had, despite almost, she had a good ass time. So Bill better wake up.
I don't know if Bill waking up. He said, no, child. Dracula is
still capture a young man.
I mean, it seemed like they still pushing for him too, child. The doctor. I don't know what's going on, but that's either here there. Okay, so then we get this. Who was that person that Marge was talking to? I kind of walked out the room and came back.
Her little assistant, that little assistant girl.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, is that her assistant? So she's talking to her about this text that Teresa sends all the girls. Teresa sends all the girls and tells them to wear her line. Is the pajama line? Her little leggings or whatever it is.
Her athletic line.
Her athletic line. She has pajamas too, right? Okay, so she got pajamas. Athletic and what else? Anything else?
I think.
Am I missing something? I don't know, but she wants them to wear that. Marge says the way that she talked to her at the event, she don't know why she would even ask her to wear it, and that she feels the same about Tracy. She calls Tracy on the phone. I don't know why every time I see Tracy, I just think of you, Sammy. I think of Antonio.
Which I will say, she looked cute in her little her little screen time, her interview, Tracy. She was cute in her little interview.
Her confessional?
Yeah, she was cute. She looked nice.
But it's funny because if Teresa had not invited Marge, and they would have said something about that too. Oh, we weren't invited.
But it wasn't her event though.
It was Dolores's.
No, I'm talking about if they to wear the clothes to
okay.
They would have worry about that. Oh, everybody got the text but us.
Probably.
Damn,
you know.
Christine Marge is in, has Teresa in. Marge has no storyline again.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's just all boiling. It's all boiling into it. I mean, I hated that she called Tracy. I'm like, why would you call? I mean, I just like, you and Tracy ain't cool like that, girl. I'm not really here.
Call Jackie.
Huh?
If she wanted to call anyone, call Jackie.
Yeah, I would just call Jackie.
Are you big and bad? Call
Don't give
Teresa.
her that time. Let that be Melissa's friend, so she can phase out as fast as Melissa will phase out.
Call Teresa, bitch. Why you invited me to this?
Hanging around Marge could actually keep Tracy around, and I don't like that. Personally.
I agree.
I don't like
that. But
that.
Marge should have called Teresa. Bitch, why you invited me to this? You to wear your stuff. You know I don't use you.
I'm surprised Teresa would even ask, given place what what just happened with her and Tracy. And
well, that's what they were saying. Do you feel like it was weird for her to even ask it? I mean,
yeah, I think
she might have been knowing Teresa might have known was gonna push the button again.
I mean, if I'm beefing with somebody and I got some clothes, and somebody wear my clothes, I'm like, oh, I got that bitch wearing my clothes. I don't know. That's just the petty of me if I was taking that route. Indigo agrees with you, Danny. Said yes, they would have been up in arms if Teresa did include them in the text. Probably true.
And you know what else I didn't like? I feel like if Marge would have rolled with it, Tracy would have put them damn leggings on too. It seemed like she was going for it until Marge was like, I'm not gonna wear it. She's like,
well, I feel like they talked before that phone conversation.
Because Tracy was like, oh, you're not gonna wear it. And Marge was like, no. I think Tracy would have if Marge would have. And if Marge didn't call her, Tracy would have put that shit on.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that, Sammy, because thinking back to what Cortez is saying, Tracy pretty much has left Melissa in the dust. She's aligning herself with who she sees brings more to the show.
And I don't like that because it could keep her around.
Because Marge brings more than Melissa.
I don't really want to see her around anymore.
I don't like Trout Mouth, but she brings more than Melissa does.
Right. So at the actual softball event. So the event, I like the cause of the event actually, and the fact that Dolores related to having her journey where it was almost something, but it wasn't. And she wants to get back to those that can go through the same journey. I like that. The first thing that Marge talks about because everybody gets there. First thing she talks about is Teresa. She basically is saying, talking about this text. It's like, I will say every time there's an event, Marge is like the one that's getting all the girls together and mentioning something about Louis or Teresa. Because even when she talked about, she was telling about how she met up with Jen to, last week's episode, every conversation followed with, well, and she, Jennifer kind of said that Teresa was the one that did this. So it's just like she's just, doing whatever she want to do and talking to everybody. And comes down to it, nobody actually wore the stuff but Jen, who gets there later. But at the early point of the event, everybody getting dressed, nobody wore it. Tracy didn't wear it. Dolores said she didn't wear it because what was her first reason at first?
It was heavy.
Yeah, it was too heavy. She couldn't.
Well, she ends up putting it on later. To somebody she want to support her all of a sudden after the situation with Gia. But the question I want to ask y'all: how do y'all feel about Gia coming at them about not wearing her mom's stuff?
So when I watched the initial commercial, I was the initial preview for it. I never had an issue with her saying anything. I'm gonna say that first. I just hated what it would have turned into if Marge would have gotten smart back with her. Right. Because if Gia wants to insert herself the way an adult does, I don't think that kids are off the table if they're coming at you and they're an adult. I just don't.
Yeah, and it's okay. So I will say, I'm not against her stepping in for her mama, but I feel like in that moment she kind of didn't have to say anything to Marge. But I am glad that she wasn't really nasty with it. I will say that she made remarks, but it wasn't too much. However, I do think that it would have been fair had Marge popped off on her.
It would have been fair.
It would have been fair. It would have been fair. And Teresa let it. And then when she even went to the bathroom, I was like, Marge is such a bitch to Teresa, and they got to laughing
Teresa
about
was
it.
Ready.
Yeah, which made Melissa be like, let me put on some damn leggings because these girls, she didn't got Gia up in here riled up. Let me just go on and put the leggings on. But yeah, it would have been fair. Marge would have got Gia then. But I think Gia probably would have tried to get Marge back.
Gia wouldn't have been ready.
She probably would have tried, yeah.
She would have hit her.
Early,
I think she would have done the most because she knew her mama was right around that corner.
I don't know. It's interesting to me because when she came at Joe, I was okay with it. And only because it was more into her father and that's her family. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like, I guess what's key to me in this was that Marge was like, I wish Teresa would have, talked to her and kind of told her. I feel like that's how I like Marge, is because she obviously respects the kids thing, respect Gia, because that could have went so many different ways. Gia,
Tracy
it's like,
got,
and this is why I say Teresa needs to get some friends and get her stop. I mean, Gia is an adult, but she shouldn't be. I mean, if she gonna talk to her, then that's just kind of what you get, because she already told them what happened. She told them that Marge is doing this, Marge is talking about this. So I think the fact that she gave her that, she was privy to it, she was already kind of like, so that was like the next thing she needed to know. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as Marge not wearing it, and I mean, she clearly was being petty. She was like, no, we don't want to do that or whatever. But I'm really glad that it didn't go any other way. But if it had went, I don't think Gia was disrespectful.
Yeah.
But however, she opened up Pandora's box for it to go to a way that she wouldn't have been prepared for, and they would have got Teresa involved, and yeah. So that's all.
Unfortunately, it was Marge and not Jackie
Tracy,
or one of the other,
or Tracy.
Jackie or Tracy. But I will say, because Gia was saying like they're not Jennifer. She said they're not on good terms, but they're still friends. And I'm thinking, are they still friends? Like what is Gia's mind frame?
Forever
like?
Friends.
I don't know. But so Gia confused about why Marge wouldn't wear it kind of confused me, because clearly your mama's been telling you what's going on. You clearly see his tension. That ain't no friendship there.
I think it is Lauren not hefty ass can curse Teresa out at the reunion. Gia can say what she like. Excuse me, Gia wasn't disrespectful. She wasn't, but it's still. I mean, you see where that could have went. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, speaking saying that Gia couldn't say it. We're just saying that they couldn't have been mad if Marge would have said something back.
Yeah.
But speaking of reunions, what reunion was it when somebody was saying something about Teresa and her family, and Marge was the one saying, like, when you say stuff like that, it doesn't just affect Teresa, it affects her entire family, her kids as well. So from Marge's mouth herself, it's affecting them kids as well. And at this point, Gia is not a teenager anymore. She's a 20-year-old woman. So it could have went a lot of ways. I'm glad that it didn't, though.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I was okay with the first one with Joe, but personally, I wasn't okay with this one.
Yeah, this was
I want Gia to go on somewhere. Yeah. At this point, all right, we didn't have enough. She got a confessionals. All right, Gia, go be on Team Mom. Go be on Team Mom. Come on.
That's what it gets me too. I know we see kids a lot, but it's just like at a certain age, you know, when they're not minors, I just don't want to see them no more. Like, go do your own thing, live your life.
We've seen her literally be this little to this big, and that's okay.
With Kim Zolciak's kids, it was the same thing. Like when she came at, you know, Nene, I felt the same way. Like when Nene read you, bitch, it was fair game.
That little bitch was really disrespectful. She got what she needed from Nene.
Talk about Brielle,
like the roaches and all that stuff.
She deserved it. Yeah, she deserved. What she say? That roach crawled out her funky
her Kit Kat.
She
deserved that.
She did. She was messing. Gia is now. She's not on that level of disrespect at all. But she just was defending her mom and just, you know, whatever. Neither there. But I did like what she did. That she was like, I mean, you all wearing black leggings anyway. I mean, and it kind of made it was just like, well, then why ain't you wearing it? But what if Marge had just said, you know what, I mean, your mom not in a good place right now. That's why I'm not wearing it. Would that have been okay?
That would be okay.
I wish she would have said that. Actually,
I was hoping that she would have did.
I wish she would have said that.
Just not this time.
Yeah, I wish she would have said, listen, I support. Because she said, I do support her. You know, I wish she would have been like, you know what? Yeah, like you said, not today. She kind of, like you said, she kind of did say that. So I'm not tripping. Yeah. Yes, TKC. Nene said the road fell out her. Exactly. She did. Nene and Nene was the first person that said, let's not do the kids thing. But in that moment, she was justified because Brielle was doing the most. Is it Brielle? That's the one?
It was Brielle.
The older one. The oldest one.
Whatever the older one is.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
Her and Kim look alike, so it's hard to tell them apart.
They want to be the Kardashians so bad, child. Okay.
Kardashians.
So Dolores ends up putting the leggings on. She caved in. Melissa puts them on. Melissa's like, child, I don't want no issues. I don't want her to tell my husband that I'm not wearing her clothes.
If you saw Dolores' face, she was irritated when she went to go put them on.
Yeah, Dolores just trying to please everybody at this point. She trying
but she said that. She did say that. She said, I just don't want no issues. So let me just put these damn things on so we can go ahead and play this game. That's
what Dolores is on now. She don't want no issues with nobody, so she wouldn't put them damn leggings on. They just regular black leggings. I mean, I didn't really see that special about them. And my thing is also, I feel like when it comes to Teresa, Teresa is bringing this stuff to everything. She brought him on Ultimate Girls Trip. She brought to like at this point, she need to have an event and sell her stuff.
Yeah,
the proper way. It's like she keep giving it away. Is anybody buying it? I'm just saying. I don't know.
She think her free promo, which is smart.
But we're not really seeing what
my thing is, if they didn't say nothing, it would have looked like Jackie and them was wearing it too, because you really can't tell it apart.
You can't. Well, of course, like Teresa said later, her ass wasn't jiggling. If she had her leggings on, her ass being jiggled.
Her ass wouldn't jiggle so much she could actually hit the ball.
I am starting to feel like what TK says. I think Dolores does genuinely love Teresa. I think she's irritated with Teresa. She's annoyed with her too so much. Because I don't think she thinks her friend is right.
TKC, I want you to join the thing when we do call in. So, because I want to hear your take on why you feel like Dolores does not like Teresa. Do anybody else have any opinions on that? Before we can come back to it. I want TKC. You need to call in, okay? Call in.
But yeah, I just think Dolores, feels a sense of loyalty due to their history, and she has a genuine love for her. But I feel like sometimes Teresa's one of those friends that you really can't tell when they're wrong. You can't tell them when they're wrong. You can't tell them when they need to improve something. Mm-hmm. You can't tell them, Teresa expects loyalty no matter what. She doesn't receive anything negative that you have to say about her. And if it comes from a friend, then you're automatically in a chopping block. Like, you are unloyal to her. Mm. And I think, it's exhausting. I had a friend like that. We're no longer friends, but it's exhausting to be friends with somebody that you have to walk on eggshells with all the time, that you can't express yourself. They'll tell you when you're wrong, but you can't tell them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She lacks a bit of self-awareness.
A bit?
Well, a lot of it. she lacks it. I think she's a really nice person, genuinely, but sometimes she, clearly she can go there, and it shows. It's really to me, it's boiling. Especially I feel like after we get past this next week's episode, it's getting to the point to where it's gonna get real nasty. Because Teresa's she's very fed up, but she's like doing her things bits and bits and bits.
She's trying to piss them off too, so they can get where she at.
Right.
She can look justified when she act a fool.
Yep.
Gorga says Teresa doesn't show the same loyalty, that she asks for from her friends. That could be true. I think that's true. Mm-hmm. She can definitely work on loyalty. But it's hard when I can't battle Teresa's loyalty to Melissa's loyalty, because it's just like they both really loyal to each other. It would be great if somebody was like friends with Teresa, close to her, that actually is loyal, but it's kind of hard to find on this cast. Personally, I'll kind of go wherever the wind go,
And she said that could be why she's not as loyal, because she feels like no one has her back. So I
don't feel like at the end of the day, nobody on this cast really is loyal to her for real. And so it's just like, whatever. I don't know. But the baseball game goes well. I liked when I did enjoy seeing Jen play. I don't know how the hell she fell. That was the weirdest fall. When she was running straight, the poor baby just fell. And I'm glad she had the helmet, because the first thing they said when she fell was her nose. And I was like, ooh.
Exactly, because when she fell, I was laughing too. When they said her nose, I was like, oh shit, her nose. Her nose.
I'm going to say something that Chase is going to love, but I didn't just enjoy Jennifer in that scene with Bill. I actually enjoyed her this whole episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. There's no issue.
If this is how she is when she's not arguing, I may turn around.
I will say another reason why I was shocked, but I was proud of her when back at the beginning when Marge said, just admit that you told Jennifer to call Sarita, whatever her name was, and Teresa was looking like, what? No, it wasn't me. And Jen said, it's okay, Teresa. Look, we was mad. We did it. Just go on and own it. She went out there and just put it out there. And then Teresa was like, well, shit, you said what you said about my daughter, so that's why. I was glad Jen didn't tuck her tail.
That was the moment I was talking about. I feel like when Teresa looked really crazy, because it's like she didn't really have a response to that. And then you got Jennifer over here kind of confirming it. So I'm really curious to see, honestly, where Jennifer and Teresa stands by this reunion or by the end of this season, because
Teresa still follows her, so
she wasn't mad at her either, that was also shocking.
And that's interesting. She has not gotten mad at Jennifer. I was expecting Teresa to sit down with Jen and be like, "Why are you kikiing and telling this bitch your business?"
Jen holds a lot of her skeletons, I believe.
Maybe so.
Jen and Dolores hold a lot of them. I don't think she'll ever fully go at them.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and send the link in the chat. I don't think we missed anything else from the episode.
We did, but it's not that important.
Go ahead. What
Just
is
like she said, she was the LVP, the least valuable player. We didn't talk about Jackie and her eating therapy, her scene with Evan, but it really wasn't.
It was forgettable.
Exactly.
But even if she
whereas it's a very interesting storyline, you know, people can learn from it. I'm still not that interested.
I'm not either.
Completely. I will
say Evan hesitated when she asked him if he would still be attracted to her if she gained weight. He hesitated.
Child. Evan.
Hold on. Now, am I making this up? Did her and Evan not have an ice cream date with them kids a few seasons back? They took him out for ice cream and was gossiping or something, because she sat there and told the lady she ain't had ice cream in 20 years, and I don't believe that.
I can make you right.
I do not believe that. I've seen her eat some ice cream on this show. If I have to go back and watch some episodes to find it, I will. But
I feel like I think you're right.
They had some damn ice cream, a cookie or something.
Not you on patrol of what she ate.
Let me stop. I'm contributing to her issue. Let me not.
My other favorite part was Teresa talking about Marge jiggly booty.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. She was like, she her asked me jiggling more. Marge was so upset. She was so mad.
Shaming.
Yeah, I was like, oh girl, here we go. Not body shaming. People.
Are you confirming that Marge's ass jiggles? Because
and it's another thing. Teresa is plotting little gems trying to piss them off, because for her to go up to be so pissed off with Tiki, but as soon as Tiki get there, she over there playing with him and let's tape his mouth shut.
And that burned
Tracy was pissed,
and I loved it.
Tracy was mad, baby. She started to think that Teresa was the new nanny. She didn't know. She was confused. She was just she was pissed.
She better watch Marge.
Tiki got it when he got in that car with Tracy. Why'd you play with her? You did.
He probably hit him. One of them hits like, boy. Morgan said maybe it was frozen yogurt, not ice cream.
But Morgan could be right.
Okay, I'm gonna let on one of our callers. Of course, if you're watching right now, whether you're watching live or replay, be sure to hit that like button. And our first call is going to be, thank you, TKC, for coming in after I put you on the spot. Now, why do you think that Dolores does not like Teresa?
Well, first of all, because I remember, hello, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I've been watching earlier seasons. If y'all remember, like season 1, Dolores is really Caroline's friend. She was Caroline's friend before all of them. She knew Teresa, like, in their teenage years, but she's Caroline's friend. And like y'all saw the picture of her and Caroline hanging out in California this week.
Mm-hmm.
Dolores is sick. I just think she's losing patience with Teresa.
Yes, I agree with that.
She's sick of Teresa's mess. I feel like she still likes Teresa. She still loves Teresa, but she's just sick of the mess, and she don't know. I feel like she's that type of friend who don't know how to say it to Teresa. But Teresa better than me, because from my friends, baby, you can't be friends with Caroline and friends with me. And all my people know that. All my friends know that. You can't be friends with my enemy and friends with me.
I don't think Caroline did anything that crazy to Teresa, though, for her to be upset with Dolores from still.
Well, Teresa believed Caroline called the feds on her. So, if that's what she believes, then yeah, you can't be friends with
She ain't got no proof, child, and she didn't went to jail, served the time. Girl, let her go.
Girl, still shit. That's still in your record, shit. I mean, I'll still be
but
mad
she
too.
Still did it. It don't matter.
Okay, not too much on my girl. Okay,
it was bound to happen.
My thing is, you knew whether she knew what Joe was doing or not. Y'all are on Bravo TV,
right? Y'all
people watching. Y'all, you can't blame Caroline for that.
Or not, she still did the crime. Okay,
we're gonna let the past be the past. Not too much on Teresa. I don't play by her. Okay. I don't play about
TKC,
Teresa.
do you think if Dolores were to tell Teresa how she feels, Teresa would be open to receiving it?
No.
I don't either.
I mean, but that's Teresa, but we should know Teresa by now.
Yeah.
And at this point, do we honestly expect Dolores to care that? I mean, Teresa has already put it out there that none of them girls are in her wedding. It's been said that Dina's going to be her.
Except Dina's maid of honor.
Someone who Dolores don't care for, and Teresa made out in the damn wedding. I ain't even in the wedding shit.
See, I don't get that friend group. Like, I don't get that friend group. Like, how's he friends with Dina and Caroline hate each other? Dina and Dolores hate each other. I don't get that.
It's even with the sisters. Dina and Dolores and Dina don't care for each other. Well, hell, Caroline and Dina don't care for each other, so never mind. It don't even matter.
And they see that's why I can't stand Caroline big fat ass. They all talking about some family and all that stuff. And how you like season 1, family, the whole season was about family, but you can't stand you talk to your sister in years. This man beat up your sister, and you writing a witness statement for the man who beat up your sister. See, that's why I can't stand Caroline. That's why I felt be Team Teresa, because Team Teresa being peeped their bullshit from the beginning.
I definitely hate Caroline too.
I can't. Y'all didn't like Caroline?
I cannot stand her.
I enjoyed it at first. Then it was like, oh, okay, you're a little weird.
But did y'all see Margaret's tweet about Will Smith?
I did see her tweet about Will Smith. I was like, girl, shut your ass up.
I cussed her ass out. I gave her a good cuss. I cussed her ass
out. On Twitter?
Yes.
Oh, send me the tweet.
Did she block you?
Y'all, they suspended my account.
They suspended your account?
Yeah, Twitter, they real picky because you know what? They let me cuss Jamie out real good, but when I went to cuss out that Netflix comedian that made that comment about Jada, they told me you might want to review this first before you hit send.
Wait a minute. So ain't nobody been in jail, Facebook, Twitter, than Sammy or Chad. I don't know who been in there more. I want to say Chad, but Sammy is right behind him.
Well, no, Jamie up there too.
Jamie too, but Jamie like post porn and stuff. That's fine. She be doing other kind of stuff, child. But that's neither here nor there. But I hope you get your account back. Don't be cussing these people out, child.
I just might made another one.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Tag me when you get your new account and you cuss her out again. Tag me.
I definitely will.
Just screenshot it to me, Danny. I don't want to be nowhere.
I should have. They come snatch everybody. I was so hurt when I woke up and they said your account has been.
I thought you was hurt after you didn't.
You knew what was coming.
And guess what? I'm about to go back and cuss her ass out again.
She's a white Trumper. You knew what was happening.
I know she is. I knew she is. Well, Jennifer is too, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I love Jennifer.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me in.
Yes, she did, Morgan. She did.
All right. Next caller is Demisio. Hey, Demisio.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
What's going on?
First of all, you three look exceptionally well today. I mean, y'all look good all the time, but today,
Thank you.
We've been getting rest.
Especially you. Especially Sammy. But anyways. I'm gonna make it really quick today because I'm kind of busy a little bit, but I'm always gonna lean in. Because where we left off there from last episode, like I said last week, I was definitely here for Teresa, digging in Tracy and Marge's ass, and it's just so funny that every time that they bring up the fact that Marge could have been the one to start the rumor, she gets so upset. If you didn't do it, what are you getting so mad for, girl? Because you started it, trout mouth. And I told you this about Kyle, Danny, when we was talking, but I feel the same way about Marge. She reminds me of Brooke Logan. They are insufferable to watch. It's ridiculous. Y'all say every time she has something to say, it's always about Teresa. Damn, go lick Teresa pussy. Because at this point, girl, that's what it's given. For real, you are really using Teresa for a storyline, but then y'all get mad when people call Teresa the queen. She's the queen for a reason, because without Teresa, there would be no show. There would be no show at all. Period.
And she's handling both of them at the same time, handling Tracy and Marge right now at the same time.
Going down the line.
Literally. That's why Jackie being quiet, because she see how Teresa doing them, so she's just let me be quiet, honey. I had my fair share last year. Let me just hush. And that's what her best bet is to do. And I did enjoy that moment with Jen too. I enjoyed that. That was a very, very hilarious, memorable, funny moment for her to have. I did enjoy it too. And as far as the Gia thing, I mean, I kind of don't blame Gia, because if my mom was alive, when my mom was alive, she, of course, adults have drama. I mean, I'm going to have my mom back too. Girl, no, you're not finna say nothing about my mama. I don't care if I'm not grown, bitch, you're going to shut your fucking mouth.
But she didn't say anything. She just said she didn't want to wear her stuff.
But I mean, that was still
that was enough for Gia.
That
was enough for Gia.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, that was still she still was like basically she wasn't saying it in a nice way. She was definitely being nice, nasty,
Yeah, it was
respectful.
passive-aggressive.
But it was not. It was nice, nasty. It was like you said, passive aggressive, very much. And I understand that. Like you can't put it on. Like girl, as much as everybody supports everybody, but you can't do that just because you're mad. Because you in her business, technically you're mad because you're in Teresa's business. You're mad about that. Marge, go to hell. Okay. Stay out of people's business, then it wouldn't be nothing to be mad about. This is Marge's storyline since she's been on the show in somebody else's business. She ain't gonna learn. She ain't gonna learn, honey. She ain't gonna learn. I'm just ready for Nashville. I'll just say that. And with that being said, yeah. And with that being said, I'm going to lean out, you guys.
Oh, all right.
Well, thank you,
Mauricio.
Guys.
Okay. I think that, well, she was going to call in today, but she says Lisa says she's watching another blogger talk about the Will Smith stuff. And so, yeah, but she did say she will get back to us, our beautiful souls, next Tuesday. And she loves us. That's from Love Lisa, by the way. Yeah, that Will Smith stuff. I'm sorry, I'm trying. I honestly thought about saying let's do a lunch lean, but I didn't want to. I just really didn't want to.
It's just chaotic. That conversation is everywhere from work.
That conversation, it would have been great to get up here, you know what I'm saying, to talk about it.
Talk to me about it today.
Get some views and stuff like that. But honestly, I don't just do stuff for views. I have to genuinely be interested. And I'm just not that invested. That's why you see no post on Twitter. I post funny stuff, little memes here and there, but I'm not even sharing my opinion because I don't really.
You know that Nene Jeffrey, she says, "Oh, I'm just so tired. I'm tired."
Just me. I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired. I thought about a TKC, but like I said, I like to genuinely be interested in things that I do. And so that's why I was like, honestly, I don't care. And I was watching it live Sunday. I was drunk in a bar. It was playing at the bar. And
did you text up? You was like, wait a minute.
I did.
Because the way they played it, they like paused it and it kept going and it was delayed. Yeah. I was in here thinking, what just happened? And it wasn't until
like, got. Did I just see that? Or am I really drunk? Because I had pineapple. So I know by the third one I was leaning. But yeah, no. Okay. Well, with that being said, thank you, TKC and Demisio, for you guys' commentary on today. I see there's a lot of Team Teresa in here in the chat. Love to see it. A lot of people said that without Teresa, wouldn't be no show. That could be very true. However, I do think the show could go on without her. That's just my opinion. Not Team Will. Yes, Team Will.
Team Will.
I am Team Will too.
Me too. Will.
But I ain't got time to talk about it though. So thank y'all for watching tonight. It's been a good show. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Sammy. We'll be here next week. Next week's episode seemed kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it seemed kind of boring. Because it's the husbands again, and it looks like Bill is like, fuck y'all, or at least the way they end it. But I hope he really does say fuck you to Joe. And I hope he means it, because I would like for that to happen to Joe, so Joe can just go on somewhere.
And Evan.
Especially Evan. But I don't think he's gonna say it to Evan. I think I feel like he kind of more scared of Evan than he is Joe, and that's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, same. Yeah, Indigo. Okay. Well, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like this video again and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Sammy. Everyone who called in. Thank y'all who watched today. Morgan, TKC, Cog, Shawnette, anyone who I missed, thank y'all. Indigo too. Y'all have a good rest of y'all Tuesday. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye-bye.
Good night, y'all.